All right, let's dive into another deep dive. Today, we're taking on the world of eBay selling.
Ooh, eBay. Always a fascinating topic.
It is. Is it the right path for those entrepreneurial dreams? We've got whole selling guide
Oh,
articles, even stories from those successful eBayers, all to help you, the listener, figure that out.
sounds comprehensive.
It is, it is. And if eBay's calling your name, we're going to give you the know-how to actually get started.
Love that practical approach.
Yeah.
What always strikes me about eBay is its accessibility.
Right.
It's this global marketplace pretty much anyone can jump into.
Yes.
Experience or no experience.
You don't need a ton of money up front either.
Exactly. The barrier to entry is pretty low.
All right, so let's break it down. Why eBay? Why would you choose it over all the other selling platforms out there?
Thinking millions of potential buyers
Wow.
worldwide, and they're looking for everything. I mean, everything from everyday stuff to those rare, once in a lifetime finds.
You name it, it's probably on eBay.
Oh, absolutely. That massive reach is a huge plus. And then you've got the diverse product categories. You can be selling, I don't know, vintage clothes one day, electronics the next.
Then made crafts,
Oh, yeah, those too.
rare collectibles, whatever you're passionate about.
Exactly. And you've got options, right?
Yeah.
It's excitement of auctions, or maybe you're more of a fixed price kind of person.
Right, right. But eBay's not the only giant in the e-commerce jungle.
Sure.
How does it compare to, say, Amazon, especially for someone just starting out?
Now, that's where eBay really shines.
Oh,
Compared to Amazon, the fees are often lower,
oh, good.
especially if you're not selling in huge volumes.
Yeah.
You also have more control over your brand on eBay. You can craft a unique shop identity.
Yeah.
Whereas on Amazon, you're often directly competing with Amazon itself.
So more room to breathe on eBay.
Much more. You build your own brand,
Okay.
cater to a specific audience.
I like that. Okay, let's say I'm sold. I want to dive into eBay. What are my first steps?
First things first, research. You've got to pinpoint those potential products, see what's in demand, and who's your competition in that little niche you're eyeing.
Right, got to know your market.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Then it's all about creating that killer listing.
Yeah.
High quality photos, and let me emphasize high quality
Yeah.
titles that are packed with keywords and descriptions, detailed descriptions.
People want to know what they're buying.
Absolutely. And don't worry, eBay has tools, really user-friendly tools, to guide you through all of that.
Oh, that's good to know. It can be overwhelming at first.
Totally.
Okay, so I've done my research. I've created this amazing listing. It's up there. What next?
That's when things get exciting. You're managing your listing, engaging with potential buyers, answering all those questions they might have, making updates as they do it.
So staying active.
Very active.
Okay, and if you chose the auction route, you're watching those bids, right?
Oh, absolutely. Nail-biting stuff.
It is. Okay, so an item sells. What happens then?
Sale completion time. You confirm that payment, often handled seamlessly through eBay's managed payments.
Okay, that sounds pretty smooth. Are there any downsides to managed payments for sellers, like fees or disputes?
You bring up a good point. eBay does take a small percentage of each transaction for processing those payments. So that's something to factor into your pricing.
Right. Okay.
And like any platform, disputes happen sometimes. But eBay has a resolution process, and it's always a good idea to have, clear policies and good documentation just in case.
Be prepared.
Always be prepared.
Okay, payment's done. What's next?
Packing and shipping.
Yay.
Now, this can be a bit tricky, but again, eBay has integrated tools that make it simpler. You can print shipping labels right from the platform,
Okay.
often at discounted rates, and you can track that package all the way. Of course, you want to make sure everything's packaged securely to avoid any damage during shipping.
Right, protect those precious goods. It sounds like eBay tries to streamline the whole process.
They do. They do.
But what about taking it a step further, beyond the basics? What are some strategies for really succeeding on eBay?
Now you're talking strategy. One of the most effective things you can do is find your niche.
Niche down, they say.
Exactly. It's like focusing on a specialized segment within a broader category.
I get the concept, but can you give me some real-world examples of successful eBay niches?
Oh, tons. Imagine a world where you can find even the most specific item.
Right.
eBay's niche markets cater to those hyper-focused interests. Think about collectible action figures, but from specific franchises, like Star Wars, Transformers, that kind of thing.
Oh,
Or rare vinyl records for those music lovers who are chasing those, hidden gems.
I can see that.
Then you've got vintage camera equipment for photography enthusiasts.
Yeah, it's a big one.
Oh, huge. And then there are specialized tools for niche hobbies, leatherworking, model railroading, you name it.
Okay, so tons of examples, but how does the listener find a niche that could actually make money?
That's where you got to put on your detective hat a little bit.
Okay.
Start by looking at search volume on eBay. Are people actually looking for what you're thinking about selling?
That's a good point.
Then check out the number of active listings and their average selling prices.
So see what the competition is like.
Yeah, and get an idea of potential profit margins.
Yeah.
Don't forget to factor in seasonal trends. Think about the potential for repeat customers.
That's a good one.
Yeah. And most importantly, think about you,
Me.
your interests, your expertise.
Okay.
What are you passionate about? What unique knowledge do you have?
So spot those gaps in the market,
Yes.
tap into your passions, and understand what those buyers are actually looking for. I like it. Let's say I found my profitable niche. Where do I get the actual products to sell?
Ah, the million-dollar question. Now, this is where your entrepreneurial spirit comes in. You've got options. Wholesale suppliers, they offer that steady inventory,
Okay.
but you'll need more money up front.
Mm.
Dropshipping keeps those inventory costs low, but those profit margins might be a little bit slimmer.
Okay.
Then there's retail arbitrage,
Ooh.
where you find those discounted items.
I love retail arbitrage.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a treasure hunt. You're finding deals and turning them into profit.
Exactly. A real-life treasure hunt.
But you got to be careful, right? Make sure you're actually making a profit.
Absolutely. You need to factor in all your costs, including your time, to make sure you're in the green.
Profit isn't just the selling price.
No, it's about the whole picture.
Okay. What other sourcing methods are out there?
Thrift stores and garage sales.
Oh, classic.
Oh, they can be gold mines for unique and vintage finds. You could also look into liquidation and overstock sales.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, buy merchandise below retail price. And if you're the creative type, why not manufacture or create your own products?
Now that's the dream for many.
It is. Complete control and potentially higher profits.
And building your own brand.
Absolutely. That leads us to private labeling.
Is that a good option on eBay?
It can be. You source generic products, add your own branding, bam, you've got your own product line.
Stand out in the crowd.
Exactly. It's a great way to do that.
So you've got your product, whatever your sourcing method. How do you make your listing shine on eBay?
Ah, the art of presentation. It all starts with those product photos. High quality, high quality.
We said it before.
You can't emphasize it enough.
Plain background.
Good lighting.
Show every angle.
Every angle. And details, details, details.
So it's like a mini photo shoot for your item.
It is. That's a great way to think about it.
I'm starting to see how much work goes into those successful eBay listings.
It's an art form, for sure. But visuals are only part of the story.
Okay.
Words matter too. Those titles need to be short and sweet, but still keyword rich. Think about how buyers actually search.
Okay, yeah.
Descriptions, they should cover everything. Condition, dimensions, materials, care instructions, accessories, your return policy, all the shipping details.
It's a lot.
It is. But it's about giving buyers the full picture.
So informative and visually appealing.
Yes,
Use those keywords so buyers can actually find your amazing product.
exactly.
And then there's shipping. Isn't that like the biggest hurdle?
It can be. But eBay offers options. You can do free shipping or calculated shipping. You can even outline the pros and cons of each right there in your listing.
Okay.
A hybrid approach where you offer free shipping on some items or maybe for certain locations and then calculated shipping for everything else can be a really good way to balance things out, you know.
Yeah,
Appeal to buyers while keeping your costs in check.
makes sense. Speaking of costs, how do you accurately calculate shipping? Especially with those like package weights and dimensions and all that.
eBay has a shipping calculator.
Oh, handy.
It's a lifesaver. It factors in the buyer's location, the weight and dimensions of the item, the shipping service you're using, even extra services like insurance.
Oh, wow. Does it all.
Let's say you're selling a vintage record player. Shipping that domestically, probably reasonable.
Yeah.
Internationally,
Could get expensive.
could get very expensive.
Yeah.
The calculator helps you compare, find the most cost-effective option,
Okay.
and make sure you're still making a profit.
So no surprises. I like it.
No surprise.
Before we wrap up, I'm curious about multiple eBay accounts. Good idea? Bad idea? What's the deal?
Ooh, that's a question that sparks some debate. eBay allows multiple accounts, but there are definitely pros and cons to consider.
Okay. Why is that?
Well, there are some advantages. You can diversify your offerings, separate those product lines for more targeted marketing.
Okay.
It can be a form of risk management, you know.
Yeah.
If one account has issues, You can still keep selling through others. You can even have one account focused on auctions and another on fixed price listings,
Oh, interesting.
testing different strategies.
Experimenting.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But managing multiple accounts, it's definitely more complex.
Yeah, I bet.
And you do run the risk of violating eBay's policies.
So there's that.
They have some strict rules. And even an unintentional violation can lead to suspension.
So what's an example of something that could get you in trouble with multiple accounts?
Let's say you're using multiple accounts to artificially boost the bidding on an item.
Oh,
Kind of a shady tactic called shill bidding.
chill bidding. Okay.
You might think you're just boosting sales, but it's actually deceptive.
Yeah,
And it violates eBay's policies.
not good.
Not good at all. They have ways of detecting this kind of activity, and the consequences can be severe.
So play by the rules.
Exactly.
Transparency seems key here too.
Absolutely. If you do have multiple accounts, being upfront about it can prevent a lot of headaches.
Okay.
It shows you're operating honestly and within eBay's guidelines. Good for you, good for eBay.
Great advice. Well, that wraps up part 1 of our eBay deep dive. We covered a lot of ground, from eBay's advantages to listing creation, managing orders, even shipping those products out the door. What's next on our eBay journey?
In part 2, we're going deeper. We're talking returns, feedback management, finances, all the juicy stuff.
So stay tuned, everyone, as we level up your eBay knowledge